Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. I just want to say this week, I apologise for the brevity of these. They're not as in-depth as I usually go. I've got some stuff that's happening outside of work and unfortunately they are really short, and so I apologise. I just wanted to make sure I got something to you at least. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, for your key to the week this week, excuse me, you have the Devil card. So watch out for buying into the trap that there's only one way to do something. This week in all of these different areas of life, you might be tempted to just rely on your tried and true methods when somebody actually shows you that there is a better way to do something. For your actions and options, you've got the Seven of Swords. Be very, very careful this week of telling what you think is a white lie, or maybe even telling a lie that you think is going to protect somebody. I'm just going to tell you straight up, it isn't. It's likely to blow up, and when it does, it could end up causing more harm than just telling them the truth in the first place. When it comes to your communications and conversations, you've got the Page of Wands. This is a message of some sort that comes in, and I feel like that's what that Seven of Swords is about. It might be not necessarily an active lie that you tell, it might be like a lie of omission, because that Page of Wands is bringing in some kind of information, but it's like you've decided that actually that's it, that I'm going to hold that information back because I don't think it's going to, I don't think it's the right thing to share, or whatever the case might be. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, check and double check your work this week. I'm not saying that you've plagiarized on purpose. I am saying that there's something in it that is likely to get flagged. It's not because you've actively tried to cheat. It may be that rules have shifted or changed in some regard. It may be even the wording that you use kind of, has some other implications, but just double check it. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, an idea that you think is yours, which I don't dispute that it is, but an idea that you think is yours may be palmed off by, might be, somebody else might try to palm it off themselves. They might, and potentially as well, if you work for somebody else, it could be an issue around creative control of an idea. For those of you that are business owners, this could be an idea that you have that somebody else is ripping off in the background that you don't see. So watch out for that. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this could be some kind of inspiration or imagination sort of idea that comes to you, and then you're kind of like, oh, well, it's a really good idea, but I don't really know what to do with it right now. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, the King of Swords can represent the, for a lot of you, you might decide to go to couples counselling or couples therapy. So, and actually that could be, could be something really good. I will say, watch out for this energy, this lie of omission business. Don't leave anything out, right? If you're going to bother going to therapy, you might as well get into the real stuff. That's how it's really going to shift. For those of you that are single and looking, a King of Swords, right? An air sign person, usually an air sign male, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, could be your person. I gotta say, just because of the other cards that are here, it does look like they're not necessarily seeing you at your best. And if they still find you attractive, awesome and quirky and all the rest of it while you're not at your best, this is a keeper as far as I'm concerned. When someone can see you when you're not really at peak or optimism, maybe acting a bit crazy or whatever the case might be, and they're like, nah, you know what, you're still cool, right? I can look past all of that. When it comes to your money and materials, the Five of Cups, there is a financial loss this week. And because you've got the Devil card here, it's very likely to be you are overindulging in spending. Maybe you're, spending money to try and fill a bit of a hole elsewhere. Maybe you're overspending because you're like, no, I have to have the absolute best one of these, right? When really, just a normal one would do. Be careful with that this week, because you could really overdo it physically when it comes to, financially when it comes to money. For your physical health and vitality, look, I'm all for indulging when you're on holiday, when you're out with your friends, when you have your break, when you have your work life away from work. Absolutely go for it, but this could be it's like you're overindulging and possibly on a school night. Like, what the hell, right? Have a few drinks for sure, but this could go a little bit further than you anticipate. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, um, I mean, this with the Seven of Swords, if you are doing something, or, you know, maybe you're having a few drinks and you feel the need to hide the bottle, that might be a question that you need to ask yourself, right? Actually, why am I hiding this? Have I heard the words, you need to cut down or slow down or whatever the case might be, more times than I care to admit? There's something here about honesty with the self, all right? So just please look after yourselves. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Please look after yourselves. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.